Assalamu alaikum student. This is English book for grade 4 is in my hand, and today we will start first one chapter. Name of the chapter is George's Marvelous Medicine. First of all, we will do just reading. I will read the chapter and you will listen to me carefully. I am going shopping in the village, George's mother said to George on Saturday morning. So be a good boy and don't get up to mischief. It immediately made him wonder what sort of mischief he might get up to. And don't forget to give Grandma her medicine at 11 o'clock, Mother said. Then out she went, closing the back door behind her. Grandma, who was dozing in the chair by the window, opened one wicked little eye and said, "Now you heard what your mother said, George. Don't forget my medicine." "No, Grandma," George said. "And just try to behave yourself for once while she's away." "Yes, Grandma," George replied. George was bored to tears. He didn't have a brother or sister. His father was a farmer, and the farm they lived on was miles away from anywhere. So there were never any children to play with. He was tired of staring at hens and cows and sheep. He was especially tired of having to care for Grandma. Looking after her all by himself was hardly the most exciting way to spend a Saturday morning. "You can make me a nice cup of tea for a start," Grandma said to George. "That will keep you out of mischief for a few minutes." "Yes, Grandma," George said. "How much sugar in your tea today, Grandma?" George asked her. "1 spoon," she said. "And no milk." Most grandmothers are lovely, kind, helpful old ladies, but not this one. She spent all day and every day sitting in her chair by the window, and she was always complaining, grousing, grouching, grumbling, gripping about something or the other. Never once, even on her best days, had she smiled at George and said, "Well, how are you this morning, George?" Or, "Why don't you and I play a game of snakes and ladders?" Or, "How was school today?" She didn't seem to care about other people, only about herself. George went into the kitchen and made Grandma a cup of tea with a tea bag. He put 1 spoon of sugar in it and no milk. He stirred the sugar well and carried the cup into the living room. Grandma sipped the tea. "It's not sweet enough," she said. "Put more sugar in." George took the cup back to the kitchen and added another spoon full of sugar. He stirred it again and carried it carefully in to Grandma. "Where is the saucer?" she said. "I won't have a cup without a saucer." George fetched her a saucer. "And what about a teaspoon, if you please?" "I have stirred it for you, Grandma. I stirred it well." "I'll stir my own tea. Thank you very much," she said. "Fetch me a teaspoon." George fetched her a teaspoon. When George's mother or father were home, Grandma never ordered George about like this. It was only when she had him on her own that she began treating him badly. "You know what's the matter with you?" the old woman said. staring at George over the rim of the teacup with those bright, wicked little eyes. You are growing too fast. Boys who grow too fast become stupid and lazy. But I can't help it if I am growing fast, Grandma, George said. Of course you can, she snapped. Growing's a nasty, childish habit. But we have to grow, Grandma. If we didn't grow, we would never be grown ups. Rubbish, boy, rubbish, she said. Look at me. Am I growing? Certainly not. But you did once, Grandma. Only very little, the old woman answered. I'm still only a little boy, Grandma. You are 8 years old, she snorted. That's old enough to know better. If you don't stop growing soon, it will be too late. Too late? For what, Grandma? It's ridiculous, she went on. You are nearly as tall as me already. George took a good look at Grandma. She certainly was a very tiny person. Her legs were so short. She had to have a footstool to put her feet on, and her head only came halfway up the back of the armchair. So the chapter is finished, and hope all of you have enjoyed the chapter. And inshallah ta'ala, in next meeting we will do some important question answer and other things. Till that, thank you.